massive storm had destroyed the coastal city. Captain Daniel Hayes, a former rescue boat commander, was searching the flooded harbor for survivors. His radio suddenly came alive. "Mayday! Anyone still alive?" Daniel looked at the dark ocean. The voice continued, "We are trapped on the other side of the island. Please come before midnight." Daniel knew something was wrong. All rescue teams had already evacuated. He found an old rescue boat and headed into the storm. After hours of fighting massive waves, Daniel reached the island. But there was no one there. Only an abandoned lighthouse, and a single woman standing beside the water. Her name was Emma. She looked at Daniel and whispered, "You came back." Daniel frowned. "I've never been here before." Emma pointed toward the ocean. "You will understand when we leave." Daniel and Emma boarded the boat. As they sailed away, Daniel noticed something strange. There were dozens of life jackets hanging inside the cabin. Each one had a person's name written on it. Emma told him they belonged to people who had disappeared at sea over the last 20 years. Daniel asked, "Why are you still here?" Emma looked toward the dark horizon. "Because someone has to wait for the last boat." Suddenly, the radio turned on by itself. A terrified voice shouted, "Don't go back to the city." Then the signal disappeared. Daniel looked behind them. Far away, hundreds of lights appeared across the ocean. But there were no ships. Emma whispered, "They're coming." The storm suddenly became violent. The boat's engine began failing. Daniel fought the waves while Emma watched the mysterious lights approaching. Then sunrise appeared. The ocean became completely calm. Daniel looked toward the horizon. The city looked exactly as it had 20 years earlier. Emma smiled sadly. "This boat doesn't take people home." Daniel stared at her. "Then where does it take us?" Emma pointed behind him. The boat was filled with passengers. People who had disappeared years ago were sitting silently inside the cabin. Daniel turned around. One empty seat remained. His name was written on it. Daniel Hayes. Emma whispered, "Every journey needs one last passenger." Daniel looked toward the city. Then the boat disappeared into the morning fog. Hours later, rescuers found an empty boat drifting near the harbor. There was only one thing inside. Daniel's old captain's jacket. The end.